Hi, my name is Dwayne Squires.
My name is Richard Muse.
In this video, we're going to share how you can become a landlord in the North East. So really, we can break it down into 5 steps. The first step is to do your research. So what do I mean by research? So identify the specific location within the North East that you want to invest in. So is it Consett? Is it Darlington? Is it Sunderland, Middlesbrough? There's so many different locations you can choose from. On top of that, research what type of property and tenant type you're comfortable investing in. So is it a flat? Or is it a working tenant, a tenant on benefits? And on top of that, identify what is the specific investment strategy you want to follow. Is it investing in lease options? Is it investing in your traditional vanilla buy-to-let or below market value, or a buy-to-flip? Do your research and take your time to plan around that, research it, create a plan relative to your time that you have available, the amount of capital you have available to, plus your preference. So whether you like to take a bit more risk or whether you like to be a bit more conservative with how you invest.
The second one is to build a power team. It's important that you have the right people around you that have the knowledge. So that should probably consist of a property sourcer who can source you good properties. A mortgage broker is another one that obviously will be able to find you the best mortgage products. An insurance broker who can arrange your insurance which you will need to take out. And finally, a letting agent, so that can let the property for you and advise on management. So it's very, very important to have a power team in place for when you're ready to start.
And number 3 we recommend is actually register with landlord associations. So you've got the Residential Landlord Association, the National Landlord Association. You can even deep dive and look at specific associations relative to the North East. So register with that, because that will be a really good source of contacts with other landlords in the area that will be able to keep you abreast with new things that are coming up in the market, new regulations, and it's just good to keep in touch with other good landlords around you too.
Number 4 is licensing. I advise you to check on licensing. Now, you might ask, what is that? Well, HMOs have to be licensed with the local council, and they've got to meet stringent regulations, like as far as for fire and things like that. But there's also in County Durham and in Hartlepool as well, there is licensing areas. By that I mean where the council has introduced licensing in certain streets or certain parts of towns, because there was trouble there previously. I think in County Durham there's 2 remaining, Ferry Hill and Easington. And just to let you know how a bit of success of that, the Ferry Hill is ready to come out of licensing because it's achieved its purpose. Easington's still ongoing, but you will have a fee to pay if you buy a property in a licensed street of roughly about £400 to £500, and sometimes that lasts for 2 or 3 years.
Brilliant. And the last one is systems. So we're big, avid fans of treating property investing like a business, and like any other business, systems, processes, and clear steps and plans are imperative. So when it comes to systems, there's a few things you can implement. So a system around inspections. So are you going to inspect a property biannually, quarterly, yourself personally, or your letting agent? Another one is having systems and plans with your letting agent over what happens when a maintenance issue comes up. Do they call you, or can you clarify steps that your letting agent can take without having to call you, which will save you time and effort having to get involved? Remember, you're investing in property to make it a passive investment. And another system you can put in place is the frequency of communication with key contacts, such as the local housing officer in a North East or the specific location North East. Remember, that contact is really important. They're going to be up to date with what's new, what's coming up within the Northeast area, and what things you need to be aware of as a landlord. You could be ahead of the curve and making sure that the product, i.e. the property you're putting out there and renting, is one of those that are leading in themselves. So, wrapping up, to be a landlord in the Northeast, five things you can do. Research your area, find your gold mine area. Power team, registering with landlord associations, both national as well as local. If you're considered licensing, if you're investing in specific locations. And then the fifth one is put systems in place. Treat this investment and property just like a business. Thank you very much for watching our video. If you found it useful, please can you click the like button, as well as follow our YouTube channel by subscribing to it. That will then mean that when we release new videos in the future, you'll be notified of those.
Once you've liked and subscribed, why not watch other of our videos by clicking the thumbnail on the right-hand side? This will take you to more helpful videos for you to watch.